Hello, Discovery Middle School families. I want to take just a couple of minutes to go over some frequently asked questions about our school policies. We believe that attendance is incredibly important. However, we also know that sometimes students aren't able to attend school. So if your child is going to be absent, please be sure to contact Mrs. Klein in the attendance office before 8 o'clock the day of the absence. In the event that a student has an excessive number of absences for a single course or for a day, attendance letters will be sent home. Liberty Public Schools requires that we send letters home anytime that a student's attendance dips under 90%. So we typically send letters when a student is at 90%, 85%, as well as 80%. If there are extenuating circumstances regarding your child's attendance, please let the administrators know, and we'll be happy to work with you and to work with your child. In the event that a student is absent, students are responsible for making arrangements with teachers for makeup work upon their return to school. This year, we will also be one-to-one, where all students will have computers. Therefore, many teachers will be posting work online as well. This is also a great resource for students who are absent to be able to keep up on work that they are missing in school. As a general rule of thumb, students are allowed 2 days makeup time per missed day of school. Each year we have some dress code issues, so I want to take a couple minutes and talk about that. We ask that dress and grooming be clean and in keeping with health, sanitary, and safety requirements. Some of those requirements, students must be wearing shoes at all times. Slippers are not allowed. Printed wording or pictures on clothing that is advertising, promoting, or depicting drugs and or alcohol, or that is obscene or profane in interpretation, or as content that is inappropriate for school, will not be permitted. We ask that students do not wear spiked jewelry or decorative chains hanging off of their pants or off of their billfolds. And we ask that students not draw on themselves or on other students. A couple other dress code issues. Any student who's wearing a tank top, being male or female, the tank top must cover the underarms. It must cover the entire midsection, and it should be 3 fingers width on the shoulder for the sleeves. We also ask that shorts and skirts, as a general rule of thumb, we say that they should be to the index finger. We ask that no undergarments be shown, whether that be for men or for women. And we also ask that if guys are choosing to wear a tank top, that does follow the same rules that we talked about for the girls. So 3 fingers width, that it covers the entire body, that it fits underneath the armpit as well. It should be an actual shirt that was made that way, and it should not be a shirt that was cut and made at home. Typically, we tell students that if you have any questions about it, or if you just don't know, either they shouldn't wear it or they should make sure that they have an extra pair of pants or a jacket in their lockers. In the event that a student does have a dress code violation, they will be given an office referral and be asked to correct the violation. In the event that that does not correct the behavior, then we'll see some other consequences down the road. Cell phones. Students may have cell phones at school, however, they are not able to use cell phones during the school day. So from 7:15 to 2:20, students should not be using cell phones unless it's being used for an academic purpose and it's permitted by the classroom teacher. Students who need to contact home may use the phone in the office to do so. And if you need to reach a student throughout the school day, please contact the school and we'll be happy to pass along the message to your child. Or if you need to speak to your child, we'll be happy to pass a message to them that they need to call you. So we'll be happy to work with you. We just ask that students are not using their cell phones during school hours. I mentioned a few minutes ago that next year we will be one-to-one and all students will be receiving a laptop. 6th and 7th grade students will be receiving a Chromebook and 8th grade students will be receiving a MacBook Air. Earlier this summer, some insurance information was sent to you, as well as this information is posted on the website. In order for students to be able to take devices home, they will need to pay the insurance. So for 8th grade students who will be receiving a MacBook, the insurance is $40. For 6th grade and 7th grade students who will be receiving a Chromebook, the insurance is $30. There is a different price for free and reduced students as well. This information is also posted online in the back to school information section. In the event that a student has some technology misconduct, and that means attempting, regardless of success, to gain unauthorized access to a technology system or information, to use district technology to connect to other systems in evasion of physical limitations of the remote system, to copy district files without authorization, to interfere with the ability of others to utilize district technology, to secure higher level of privilege without authorization, to introduce computer viruses, hacking tools, or other disruptive or destructive programs onto or using district technology, or evade or disable a disable a filtering blocking device. So in the event that a student had attempted one of those things, or the use of audio or visual recording equipment that is inappropriate for school, there will be consequences for that. It could be restitution, it could be loss of user privileges, detention or in-school suspension for a first offense, and then if there were a second offense, then the consequences would be a little bit more severe. We have an incentive program at Discovery Middle School called Flight. Flight was created specifically to create a positive, inclusive culture that promotes school pride, celebrates academic achievements of students, and provides a sense of identity within the school. We always hope to recognize students for coming to school and doing what they're supposed to be doing their work, getting good grades, staying out of trouble. To do that, we have 3 different levels of Flight. The levels are gold, silver, and bronze, and those are all based on GPA. Those will be established, Flight levels will be established every 6 weeks after the grading period. For that, we're looking, like I said, at GPA, that students do not have D's or F's, that they do not have any discipline referrals, so meaning no Friday night schools, in-school suspension, or out-of-school suspension, as well as no bus conducts. Throughout the year, there will be different incentives and different treats for students who qualify for one of the 3 levels. Throughout the school year, students will be responsible for any classroom material or books in the LMC that they check out. Students with LMC, class, or cafeteria fines at the end of the school year will not be able to get their yearbooks until the fines have been settled. Throughout the school year, we would love to work with you, so I want to make sure that you know who will be working with students this year. 6th grade students with the last names of A through J will be working with Mrs. Dickerson and Mrs. Shevlin. 6th grade students with the last names K through Z will be working with Dr. Moore and Mr. Scott. 7th grade students will be working with Dr. Moore and Mr. Scott, and 8th grade students will be working with Mrs. Dickerson and Mrs. Shevlin. For further information about policies and procedures at Discovery Middle School, please visit our website for the full student handbook, as well as feel free to contact anyone in the office, Dr. Moore, Mrs. Dickerson, Mrs. Shevlin, or Mr. Scott if you have any further questions. We're excited for our 2014-15 school year and can't wait to see you soon.